Russian President Vladimir Putin faced the media for 3 hours this week, touching on a wide range of issues which have made headlines this year. Providing us with some commentary on the event here on the Press Review is a piece from Leonid Bershidsky writing for Bloomberg. He says President Vladimir Putin's annual news conference didn't produce much in the way of news, with the possible exception of his praise for Donald Trump and his semi-admission that Russian servicemen are involved in the war in eastern Ukraine. Something else made the spectacle worth watching. Putin gave the clearest display in years of how he splits the world into friends and loyal allies on one side and enemies and those who only deserve to be manipulated on the other. Bershidsky notes that early on in the press conference, Putin said, "I am very protective of people." The analyst comments, "That's true. He," that's Putin, "often has favored and rarely moved to replace bureaucrats who have worked with him for a long time. He's also been good to business people he's known since his Leningrad childhood. That's an important part of his code. He is loyal to those who are loyal to him." Bershidsky then turns to the second group in Putin's worldview, his enemies. They get a certain kind of treatment all their own. Even as he defends his friends and loyalists, Putin is always willing to believe the worst of his enemies. An innocuous question from a Georgian reporter set off a tirade against Mikhail Saakashvili, Georgia's former president, who is now governor of the Odessa region in Ukraine. Enemies are fair game. That goes for the US, which Putin missed no chance to criticize, even when the question was unrelated. And then there is a third group of people with which the Russian leader can go one way or the other. Bershidsky writes, "As for those who are neither friends nor enemies, Putin has little feeling for them one way or another. That may explain the liberties he often takes with the truth to put a positive gloss on his actions, and the ease with which he abandons those subterfuges. Putin simply has no qualms about misinforming people who matter little to him, or about admitting that he did so when it suited him." Ultimately, though, Bershidsky believes that this approach to politics is going to be Putin's downfall. Everything is personal to Putin, and that may be his biggest weakness. His loyalty forces him to perpetuate a corrupt system that can only keep Russians in check by force now that oil money is drying up. His undiluted hatred for his enemies will continue causing economic pain and make it difficult to achieve international goals, such as maintaining an influence on Ukraine and reaching a settlement in Syria. So there we have it. With the economic stress Russia now finds itself under, Putin's brand of personal power politics is showing cracks in the armour. We'll have to watch this space in 2016 to see if Bershidsky's predictions come true. That's all we have time for. Join us again tomorrow for another press review. In Kiev, this is Ukraine Today.